moving on to a little serious segment. I've like a couple of questions that we thought would be like a good opening for all the group, and we also have like a few select options that we got from the Britannia itself. Okay, so to begin with, when you hear "Give to Gain," which is the theme of the this year International Day, does it feel like a habit that you've always chosen for, or has it come like along your career or like profession?
I'm sure we'll start with the young.
It's open. Anyone can answer.
Okay, yeah, I can start.
Hmm.
So this is definitely something I grew up with as a child, and as I was growing, I saw that giving. When I say giving, it could be giving anything, giving your effort, your time, your kindness, or doing any sort of act of kindness is never about getting anything in return. It's always about making a positive contribution for everybody who is around you, right? And this is something which stayed with me. And then it became a part of how I approach things in my personal and professional life. And then when I entered my professional journey, from campus, it became very clear to me that, when you really start giving things to your colleagues, giving, support, guidance, giving them the information that they require is when you truly create the foundations of trust and collaboration. And I think the gains of this thing can come back to you in unexpected ways, honestly. And I am a very staunch believer of what goes around comes around. If you put a positivity and abundance out there in the world, it is definitely going to, get reciprocated to you in some way or the other. And if you put out negativity, it is again going to come back and bite you. Yeah. Right. So this is one thing, and even during my Jombe's Thousand Women journey, Gift to Gain was a very, very prominent theme. And one thing that stood out for me during that journey was that you have to let go of being always the smartest person in the room, right? You have to learn to collaborate, to start giving to people, give people the support that they need. Sometimes they would not openly ask you for it, but even if they're not asking, you selflessly give them the guidance and the support that they require, because the true spirit of, I think, giving to gain is only when you take everybody together and help them thrive. So this is what it means to me.
That's nice. Okay. Anyone else?
So I think at least my point of view is almost covered by her. One thing which I feel is that my mom has given so much at home, and I'm sure for all of us, our mom have given so much at home. Like for me, my mom always made sure it's about being equal. If I'm doing something, my brother, she'll make sure that kid will be calm karega. There are time situations now that I'm not doing anything. I'm just chilling on the sofa and he's washing utensils. So I think my mom gave so much that I have gained and where I am and where we all are. And it came so naturally what she also addressed, that it comes so naturally for us that now it's like a responsibility for us to give a lot more ahead so that the next generation can gain, building on to her points.
Yeah, I think my idea of give to gain is very similar to what you've just heard, right? For me, it's about the fact that success isn't a solo journey, right? For me, it's always been, I mean, meaningful success has always been about lifting, up each other. And this is something, again, I have seen from my childhood. I've seen my parents, going out of their way to, sort of help, support people within the family, neighbors. Also, there have been few teachers from my school who've gone out of their way to, sort of help me, right, in areas where, I needed to improve. So I think when you actually experience it, it becomes somewhere, I think it becomes a part of how you want to, sort of lead your life, right? Subconsciously, it's something that, sort of gets into you. And I think my professional journey has only helped strengthen that perspective for me, because I've always believed that I should share what I have learned, right? I think that has only helped me gain back a lot more. So when you share your learnings, opportunities, even, maybe just about advocating that some voices be heard. I think in every little way that, sort of support each other just helps and enriches your own existence. So I think that is something which I've personally experienced also in my professional journey. So I think that's something which, yeah, I truly believe in.
I think just summing up, right? I mean, I think all the three have really said what give to gain means. You unconditionally give to the universe so that and expect nothing in return. And something is going to come to you, or maybe future generations, or maybe it's your friend who's going to gain from what you do, right? So just smiling at the security guard when you come inside, you're not going to get anything from that, but it makes his day better. So I think that's what it is. Unconditionally giving to the universe so that somebody will gain. And that's how you are bringing up the whole universe up.
Yeah. We have summed it up beautifully. Okay, good. Second question. Was there a time when things felt hard for you, especially in your professional journey? And how did you kind of handle it and, let's say, move on and get to where you are today?
I think for me, the time that I had to, sort of resume work right after my maternity break was the most difficult phase of my career because, you take a 6 months break. You have a 6-month-old baby. There is so much anxiety about how would you, sort of really make it back. And it's also about, building that credibility all over again. It's, you have this feeling of starting all over again, and then you have like a young human to, sort of take care of who's completely dependent on you. I think for me, that has been the most difficult phase, but I've also been blessed with a strong support system, right? And I think just before this, panel started, we were just talking. Who was talking about how she's also been blessed by a strong family support, which is why and how she's been able to give time to work, right? It's been the same with me. My parents, in fact, moved cities to be with me, when I needed them. And that's how I was able to, sort of really come back and, also flourish and also, sort of, maybe create a path which I've always, sort of been looking ahead to. So I think that is something which I always, sort of feel gratitude for. And I've always told my parents that, without them, because I've seen, there are cases where women, find it so difficult to, sort of resume work because not because they are not capable, not because they can't make it, just because they do not have enough support, right? So I think that is something which I, proudly share anytime I get an opportunity to do so.
I resonate the same thing. Probably just adding on for me, while along with my parents, my in-laws, my mother-in-law has been a strong support system, and my husband as well. Like going back was so difficult, and it is so here. I was like, "Nahi jana hai. I don't want to go. Why do we need to work? You're earning enough. Let's not do it." So that husband's push and my in-laws push played was such a critical role that now that I have my friends around who are under the same phase, I don't call her and convince her that you should go back to work. I call her husband and I tell her, why don't you push her to start working and resume her work? So just adding on to it.
Yeah. So for me, like everybody else, I have faced some challenges, especially when I, got freshly graduated out of my college. I joined. I started my career as a management trainee in HDFC Life in Mumbai. And then it was my first job, and I did face certain obstacles like managing different perspectives, managing different expectations, and also taking on larger responsibilities at an early stage. I did feel bogged down, but I think one thing that helped me sail through was that I was always curious. I was always asking a lot of questions to my manager, my seniors. And I was also closely observing those people who had more experience than me. I was learning from their behavior, how they tackle difficult conversations, how they manage obstacles that come along the way. And then slowly and steadily, I also gained confidence and I was able to sail through. One thing that I strongly believe in is that true growth for you would always happen when you move out of your comfort zone. So many times we are so scared to move out of a comfort zone that we just continue to stay within our shells, right? So I think it's very important for each of us to, muster the courage to move out of a comfort zone. And I think when that happens, you kind of realize that, oh, it wasn't that difficult, as difficult as you had imagined it to be, because sometimes you exaggerate the problem so much in your mind that the fear holds you, from taking that first step. So now when I look back at those things, those things don't seem that big to me now, but I know for sure that all those moments of challenges really helped me shape my perspective towards things and how I approach things at work now. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'll stick to the maternity side of the story
Yeah.
because that's, see, clearly Samriddhi cannot give that because she has to go through it. But yeah, so I think again, also I think I would have been a mother much before these young
Yeah.
girls were mothers. So I come from a long line of homemakers in my house. So as expected, I quit my job because who wants to be a mother and work, right? I mean, that's unheard of in my house and most of the people around me. So I just quit my job, was looking after the baby. I really like my son, but I was at 6 months, I was thinking, oh my God, is this it? Am I going to be doing forever, feeding a child, whatever. He's very cute and all of that, but so that's what it is. So then one day I was just looking at Naukri. There was some job in an agency. And agency jobs are really tough, right? So you have to work really till some 2 a.m. And that's how I used to work till I had the baby, and that's how I quit. So, but I thought, okay, I'll just put an interview, so at least I can speak to a human being who's at least at my age and who understands a little of what I have done, right? So that was my expectation from the interview. Okay, so but the pleasant surprise was the interviewer or the hiring manager was somebody I have met in my past and all of that, and we were just talking about what's happening in the media world, what's happening in advertising and all of those things. And I was like, hey, Sindhuja, I don't think I'm going to come back, but I just wanted to actually, have a chat. The good part was she was in a life stage where she had 2 children, and the second one was some 6, 7 months also, right? So, and she was like, I totally understand. Do not worry. I'm going to give you a 3-hour work day. You just need to come at 3 hours. And that was the time when there was no work from home. Advertising, no chance you'll get a work from home, right? So there was no way you were going to get. She said, I'll give you 3 hours and the rest of it, you work or not work. It doesn't matter. You just come for 3 hours. I was like floored. And so she was like, what time does your baby go to bed in the afternoon? She was so, she wanted to actually go through my day in life to actually plan my work. I was like, okay, if somebody's putting in so much of effort, then I must try doing it. Then another thing over there is I said, you know what, I'll take a pay cut and, don't worry, I'm going to just work for 3 hours, right? She was like, no, I understand that you feel that it's going to be only 3 hours, but after some time, there are going to be client calls and whatever. You're not going to stop doing it because you're going to be a client lead, right? So then you will have to do all of that. She actually gave me a 75% hike.
Wow.
And took me for 3 hours, right?
Nice.
Obviously, I am indebted to her. So obviously, I was working in the mornings and all of that when, there was, some break or whatever. But I think that's the reason why I actually have a career now.
Yeah.
Till then, I was just actually posting. Obviously, I will work really hard because I like working. But till I had the baby, I was not sure if I will actually have a career for like 20, 25 years. So I'm always thankful for that particular break that I had. All sorts of self-doubts and moments of, should I do it, etc. But there was that one person who ensured that I had a job. So, and also going back to the give to gain topic, right? So this is just like a prime example of her giving so that I gained, right? So at some point, I'm hoping that I would have given enough to actually have paid back that due. But that's my story.
Very touchy.
Very. Okay, so we'll move on to like a quick another icebreaker.
Okay.
Are you good? Okay. Oh, I only have to start. My bad. Well, okay. Like
Like to come a little ahead. You're not visible.
Oh, yeah.
Please sit.
And
Or if you want to come here, you can come.
okay, so this is very similar to what you mentioned right now. The question is there like a particular person in your life who has really paved way for you and has, kind of contributed to, again, where you are, or to any part that has played a very crucial role to you that you can think of? I will give this biscuit. It was supposed to be wrapped, which was I think, to let's say,
Sign. Okay.
You can take the biscuit. What am I supposed to do?
You have to tell about one person who has really helped you, let's say, in your professional career, who has really backed you up and supported you in terms of where you are.
So, I think
Jacob
on the,
behind
on the no, I think if we're talking about the professional setup within Britannia, I think that would be my mentor, my boss in my first role, which was who's no longer of Britannia, who was Mr. Vivek Shah, and in also Vipin sir, Vipin Kataria. So I think these two people really supported. When I joined, there was, I think, in case there was one girl in the entire, now there are many, but there was one girl on the sales side. And I had come from the liquor industry. So there itself, for women being in, dominating or managerial positions, that itself was a difficult stint to be in and do the work and prove myself. I always had to do more. And then when I came here, I came with that mindset. But it was so good to see the way they treated me was nowhere any different from how they treated all the men in the group. And they valued hard work and they backed me up with, "Ki, you just keep going. We are behind you. Do not fear anything or anyone. Just keep going." And I did that. And well, I shouldn't maybe talk about this openly, but even when I was leaving the team, and I was leaving the team to come to the brand side, I still got a very good rating, which generally is something they don't do for people who are leaving. And that, again, being a woman, I didn't expect that kind of fairness from them. So, yeah, I think in the professional setup, uh, they are the ones who really supported me. But just without making it too long, I would say it's also very important how your parents, also support you on the other side of things. So I don't know if this topic was again spoken about a lot or not, but um, recently, if I think about it, the dilemma that I'm facing and I've been facing for quite a few years now is the external world always telling me, okay, there is a biological clock. And that is, it's a very real thing. It's something you have to keep in mind. But almost to the point of, and that's not my husband. My husband is extremely supportive. That's how I've been able to do these kind of challenging stints in Britannia. But it is the rest of the world that makes you feel like, okay, there's something wrong with the way you think, or wanting to go aggressively behind a career before, you, and then maybe delay the other part of it, which is very much expected out of us at a certain point of time. And then it's always been my dad who I call up, who I also recently called up and asked, he, am I doing something wrong? Because there's like 100 people around me constantly telling me, "Karen, nahi, now take a break. It's time for this." And I'm like, my dad is like, "Nee, beta, you've always been very wise in terms of how you plan your life. And I know if you've thought about something, doing it at a certain point of time, then
then you go for it. You never get bogged down by what anyone else is saying. And no, it's not like you're not a monster to want to have a career or want to be at a certain place before you plan kids. So I think that really, set things right in my head versus what everyone else was saying. So yeah, I think it's very important, bosses as well as how your parents bring you up and how they make you feel about, yourself, and that you're allowed to have a career, you're allowed to also, dream and not get constrained. And the fact that it's up to you because you have to do it. So yeah. Sorry for the long story. I just gave it, so I didn't know. No,
If you
that's
had to
okay.
pass this cookie to someone.
You
I
can
think,
pass
I
this
think we should get a male perspective. on
Yes.
this.
Yes. Please pass the cookie. Sumit, you want to come so that the online audience also can see you? Yeah.
You are a
Okay,
main
if I sit
ally.
here.
Yeah.
A little,
have to-
a little. Yes,
Yes.
perfect.
I think I come from a typical Banya Marwari family, and there it is a certain expectation. You need to be possibly a chartered accountant, or go in that specific fields. But I had a very different, unconventional career choices. I was in merchant navy. I sailed for 3.5 years, and that time my mother supported me a lot. It's okay, beta. This is something which you want to do. Go. So for a mother to let her son go in extremely dangerous conditions and go against what is the conventional society norms, I think cheers to my mother for always being strong and backing me up. Yeah.
Very
I'll
good.
pass on this to Jacob.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please come. Please come. Please come in front, sir.
The
The camera. Nikhil is already taking anticipatory break. It's like that. Oh, no. Forgot the question.
I don't know why.
We can give
It's
you cookies
okay
and
also.
conversations. Yes. And we'll give you.
So I don't know if it's one person. I think there are quite a few people who've been there to support. I think family comes definitely first. I think backing me on my good and bad decisions, always giving me the confidence that this someone to fall back on whatever the situation is, and to not judge you with anything in mind. So I've taken such calls, and I always had the belief that the family was there to support me. So my sister, mom, dad, my wife, I think all the regards to them. And great, some great bosses for sure. And I think I remember one of them for sure, which was from my first job. And I think for me, the fact that somebody treats me as an equal, somebody gives me that respect, is something which stays on. For me, even after 20 years of working with him, I still possibly remember him with all fondness, and love to work with him. Life ever brings that opportunity.
Who do you want to pass on?
Who do you want to pass the biscuit to?
So let me pass it on to the closest person.
Okay. Yes.
This is the time.
Yes.
My mother is from child. She continuously telling that everyone has to grow. You also, as a girl child, you also have to grow. You have to study hard. You have to do something. First of all, my mother. After that, my brother who bring me here in Britannia. He referred me here. Now recently I got married, and my husband also.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who do you want to pass the biscuit to?
My supportive person is my dad also.
All the way, she's supporting me. Everything. That's all.
Kritika. Yes.
So I'm here from 3 years in Britannia. I joined as a receptionist, and this is my first career of once I moved back from my college life. I, good or bad, I moved to HR. No, it's something like I had a past experience. So because of that, my movement happened to HR. Yeah. And but I'm happy with my career right now. But I wanted to thank my first job who brought me here is Thakur and Rajiv. Okay. I wanted to thank them. And next, the all credit goes to Suresha.
Sirisha, very nice. Okay.
I want to pass it to okay. Shruti. No, Shruti. Thank you.
So for me, I think in terms of my professional career, my mother has been the one who's always supported me. I was the first one in the family to actually go out and work because so I come from a business family where working as a salaried person is not very appreciated. So I had to fight a lot internally, and my mother always had my back and pushed me to go out and do things on my own. And now even my father is very proud of the fact that I reached where I am. And so, yeah, she's been my backbone.
Okay, we move on to an
We'll go to the next segment.
Yes.
So after this very serious, after this serious conversation. So now this is a fun rapid fire round, and people who give their answers first, you'll have amazing goodies awaiting for you.
Britannia goodies.
Britannia goodies, yes. Okay, so the rapid fire, whoever knows the answer, you'll have to quickly give me the answer. Okay, are you ready?
No.
Okay, so this is about Gen Z slang or lingo. Sumit, okay, are you ready? Yes. Okay. What does slay mean? Slay.
Go for it.
Go for it. Did exceptionally well.
Kill it.
Well, doing something really well or looking great. Okay. The next one is, you'll have to raise your hand, okay? Whoever knows this. No cap. No cap. Samriddhi?
Truth.
Truth.
Or genuine, something.
No lie. Yes. Truth. Okay. Okay. So Samriddhi, okay. First hamper can go to. Yeah. So you have 8 more questions, 8 more. Please give in your best shots, girls. Okay. The next one is Delulu.
Delusion.
Delusion. That's right. So Deepthi. Okay. The fourth one is. Okay. The fourth one is spill the tea. Deepthi, will give other people? Yes. Shruti? Gossip. Spill the tea. That's correct. Now we're going to go for the full form of this abbreviation. FR. For real. Okay. For real. For real. Did you all know about it? Yeah. For real. GRWM. Okay. Super. Some more. What is the full form of NGL?
Not gonna lie.
Oh, not gonna lie. Okay, Sumit. Okay, we have 3 more hampers. Okay. What does Riz mean? Riz. Riz. What? Riya. Style, charisma, Riz. Riya. We have Riz.
She's got Riz.
Got Riz, yeah. What is the full form? This is common. I think I'm sure most of it. Goat. The full form of goat.
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all times. I think Shaker. Yeah. Greatest of all time. Shaker Pizza. Okay.
You got lyrics.
Because it's crossover on top.
Okay. So the last one. Caught in 4K. Caught in 4K.
Yeah.
Okay.
4K.
Oh, it's like truth, but like you
Yeah.
saw it live in the
Correct.
camera.
Dhruva, that's
Red
right.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope for those who didn't know, the Gen Z lingo, now we're aware of it, because if somebody's going to type something, we should be aware. Britannian, we should be aware of all this. So yeah, that's comes to the end of this segment. And next, we're going to a segment wherein we have collected questions from Britannia women, Britannians. Anusha is going to read out the question, and the respective panelist member is going to answer them.
Okay, so first question, Nandita, it's for you. How do you unplug and recharge after a stressful day?
Well, I know.
Yeah, do you get to unplug?
Oh my God, I get this question.
Not happening.
She's not unplugged. Have you ever unplugged?
Okay, let me modify my question. How would you like to unplug?
No, I do unplug. Contrary. Yeah, no, but I do. I know, I mean, I'm infamous for spending really long hours at work, but once I step out of office, I make it a point to completely shut off. I really look forward to going back to my son. He's only 7 years old, and it makes me very happy when he opens the door for me. For me, my way, to recharge is playing with him. We go together for walks after dinner. I mean, he loves to cycle. I walk with him, and that's when we, sort of tell each other about how our day went. I think that's the best part of my day, and just completely helps me re-energize and reset for the next day of 14 hours. 14 hours. But yeah, that's.
Okay, Samriddhi, you next. What's your favorite way to spend a day off?
It would definitely start with me either hitting the gym or doing yoga, because that helps me feel refreshed and active. And it also sets the tone for the whole day for me. So yeah, that's important. And then after that, I would probably slow things down and relax myself, maybe by going to spa or massage, something like that. And yeah, and I would also like to probably call up my physically distant friends and cousins and just catch up on life, because otherwise we rarely get time to talk over phone calls. So yeah, for me, unwinding would be a balance of doing something healthy, working out for my own health, and then relaxing by probably just chilling at home, going for a spa, and connecting with my loved ones.
Next, Dhruva. Okay. What's one boundary that you have set that has been like a total game changer for you?
Saying no, to be very precise. So what happens is, we as women or girls, we are trained to, there's a guest at home, like bare minimum, there's a guest at home, go get water, you need to give them, you need to serve them. So telling no gets very difficult for us. And we are wired in such a way that, if a boss comes and tells us that, you need to do this, or say if your colleague comes and tells you that this needs to get finished by this, sometimes, even if it is not a part of your KRA, you end up doing that, stretching yourself, and then, of course, then get overwhelmed. So I very strongly prioritize my thing. I'm like, okay, work hours are done. Probably this is not a firefight, and we can do it tomorrow or day after. So there are times when I say no, and there are times when I debate on prioritizing things. Or okay, if I have too much in my plate, I go to my boss and tell him, I have 5 things, you tell me what needs to get prioritized. So that took me a while, but I would suggest everyone to do that around. So yeah.
Okay. Last question. Yeah.
Yes.
Why do women face restrictions and biases at workplace? And why is it often seen as a woman issue?
Uh, First of all, I would say, and this is my 11th job, okay, and I've been here for 7.5 years, and this is my longest stint. So, very honestly, I don't think I've faced biases in Britannia. I don't know if it's because of my job, and I don't know of others if they have found it. But really, I feel it's an equal opportunity employer from a Britannia perspective. And I felt it from the day I joined, and I still feel it today very strongly. But I understand that things are not like that in the open world, right? And there are so many challenges that women go through. I think the root cause of that is because there is an expectation from a workforce and which was uniform, over the years, right? So there were a lot of men who were supposed to be in the workforce. They come to office in the morning, do all their work, go back home where the wife is waiting with chai and pakoras, and and they can unwind, watch TV, read book, whatever, right? So that and the workforce has not evolved from that. Now, when the female joins the workforce, she also has to go through the entire 6 day or 10-hour work day, sometimes in Nandita's case, 15 hours. But usually 9 to 10 hours for regular people like us.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So you do all of that, but the expectation is still that you at least plan your entire family's life around,
Yeah.
right? Manage your maids, manage, your food situation, manage groceries, making sure that the kids are studying, their tuitions, everything is still expected of the female, right?
Yeah.
So that makes a huge imbalance between the men and the women in workforce. And that is not a company's problem or an individual's problem, right? It's a societal problem. So unless a society actually changes where the men are also looking at things in the household,
Yeah.
I don't think the women can ever feel that, it is going to be equal for them, right? Also, if you look at networking, everybody goes out for a drink in the evening. Not many women can actually afford to do that, right? You have to have a supportive spouse, supportive children, a good nanny at home.
Yeah.
You need to manage some three things before you can actually step out to network. And that's not good. And Saturday morning badminton games, all of us can't really afford to do that. So that's the problem. Society has to first change. And that is the only way I think equality in workplace also can happen.
Right.
I also must say the expectations from men also has to change. Yes. Men have to also help in the house. But why should men be the only breadwinner in the house? Right? So I have two sons. So if they want to sit at home and be house husbands,
Yeah.
I feel that the society should allow them to do that, right? Because if they can find a partner, and I don't know what they're going to do, but if they can find a partner who's going to be open about it, because she is a career woman and she wants to spend maybe 20 hours a day, that should be fine with the whole society as a whole. So it is going to be very gradual. I'm very happy with the way things have progressed in the last
Yes.
20 years. And I know that it's going to keep growing, and it's going to be better and more equality for men as well as women. But right now, I think there are moments like, or days like Women's Day when, all of us think, why should we even talk about Women's Day? Because, we are all independent women making our own ways in the world. But these days actually make us pause and reflect, even the men and the women, the men who are our allies and who are not our allies,
Right.
and all of us women, to pause and think, where have we reached and where do we want to go in future? Right. So I think that thinking and the pause and reflection is what is going to all take us all forward.
I just want to add to what she said because I resonated with it. So, just to give you an example, my mother-in-law always asks me, "Beta, itna late night काम कर रहे हो? You're doing it. You did it for so many years, and what is it that you're doing for? Because you have everything you need or want. So until when will you keep doing this?" And I always tell her, "Look, this is how I've always thought, even before getting married. I should be in a position that if someday my husband wants to take a break, if it comes to that, and nothing in life is, certainly predicted, it's not certain. Or someday it's some other member of my family I have to support. I should be in a position to be able to do that. And until I am healthy and I'm enjoying my work and then why should I stop? And when he says, maybe you stop after a baby. And then I say, but then is it fair to put that kind of pressure on one person? Because I don't have a baby, but I have friends. And then I know schools charge a bomb, and there's certain kind of lifestyle you would have dreamt that you want to give to your kids, and then why just stop there? And hence, like what she said, why not give that option to the men also, so that they can also work freely without that stress in their mind, क्योंकि मैं मर जाऊंगा but करता रहूं. So that should not be a thing. So yeah.
So thank you all. Unfortunately, that comes to the end of our cookies and conversations. I hope all of you all enjoyed, as well as the employees who've joined online. So we will not go without giving the hamper. She not carry all of the chicken. Yes. Yes. Let's start with you.
Super. Well done.
Thank you.
For the people.
That should change. That should change. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I think really inspiring story, absolutely inspiring.
Thank you.
I love the candidness that all of you spoke about. Very, very nice. Super.
Thank you. If anyone wants to ask any questions to our panelists, members, you can go ahead and ask. If not, it's a wrap up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. It was fun. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a group picture.
See you. Tata. Bye bye.